May I have your attention, please? The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Hello everybody, welcome back to the Crypto Night Show, your host Superman in the house. Well, the video title is PROVEX, one crypto to rule the all. I don't know, we're supposed to say them all, but hey, look, this is the way it goes sometimes. ProveX dominating the old pulse chain. We're getting, just like the sacrifice, we're getting everyone jeeting all the quality projects. What can we say about that? I don't know. It's a pretty crazy place. So, yeah. What do we say about that? Crazy. Just found something. So it is crazy out there. The Jeets are jeeting. ProveX is pumping. We're going to talk about that. So we got the speculation on. We got the market makers coming in. It is the game on part, right? So yeah, we're going to look at the charts and look at the community and see what the community is saying about it. Before we do that, though, we're going to do our usual market coverage. We're going to cover the stock market, economic news, crypto majors, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and then we're going to jump right in or dive right into Pulse Chain and focus on ProveX. And then we're going to have a look at some of the other major protocols on Pulse Chain getting jeeted out for the ProveX. The ProveX one crypto to rule them all, it seems. So we're going to talk about that. That's the flavor of the moment. We've been here before. So yeah, we're going to talk about that. We've got Richard Hart comments as well out there. I'm going to go through those and see what he's been saying. So I hope you guys enjoyed the show. If you're on YouTube, don't forget to smash the subscribe on the way in. And if you're on X, don't forget to smash the follow and share. Hit the repost button and share it around. That's what's all about. So let's get into it. Let's see here. We've got Duke the Booze in the house. Cheers, everybody. Good to see you, Duke, as always. We've got Frank White as well. Bang, bang, gang. Good to see you, Frank White. And added a new category on PLS Start, did you? PLS Start. We'll talk about that, I guess. And welcome. You got a nice star on your profile there, Frank. And yeah, let's get into it. So without further ado, let's kick it into gear. So let's go to the stock market and find out where we're at right now. So it was the results for Tuesday. We got Wall Street extends this week's rebound a day ahead of the Fed interest rate decision. That's something we're expecting tomorrow. Yeah, not expecting any surprises. They should be decreasing the rates, in my view, quite strongly, but they're not, and the market's not expecting that, so we'll get to that in a moment. Dow Jones, though, up 0.1%, 47 points to 46,993. Well, let's have a look at the last month on that. And we can see we're all the way up a month ago, up around almost 50,000 at the record. So we're still down about 2,800 points, quite a lot, right? The Dow S&P 500 is up 0.25%, 16 points to 6,716. Maybe 3 weeks or so ago, we're up at near 7,000. 6,950. So we're still about 250 points below that. The Nasdaq is up 0.5%, 105 points to 22,479, and we peaked out about 3 weeks ago, so 2,300 and 23,100. So we're about 650 points below that at the moment. US dollar at the moment is slightly up at 99.36. The VIX is all the way down at 22. So it's definitely a bit of risk on right now. Commodities at the moment, West Texas is down, cooling down a little bit there, down 0.75% to $95. That's causing all sorts of troubles around the world, exposing particularly the left and their net zero policies, right? Because they don't know what they're doing, right? They're all psychopaths. We got Brent oil at the moment is down 0.5% at 50 cents, down $103. We got gold right now is flat at 5,000. Definitely showing some weakness though in the old gold. Silver there down, also breaking the $80 mark as well. And as you guys know, we projected this on this show for the last 2 years, so we got that right there. but also the fact that you should have been taking profits during this time, that has been correct too. So just take note of that. But yeah, it's getting a bit of rotation. That's pretty much where we are right now. And let's talk about some of these, any commentary here. Obviously, Iran still continuing on. There's reports that the big commander of the Brazil, it's a bit like, I guess, the black shirts in the Nazi era. He's obviously kills tens of thousands of people, pretty bad dude. So he has been apparently killed. So that's a pretty big win there. Key player, right? Head of the Brazil. Bazic, I think it's Brazil. Bazic, paramilitary unit. They're the nasty guys. They're kind of the nasty version of the police. Go around doing, taking away people and you never see them again. Full of psychopaths, probably. They're probably, are you a psychopath? Yeah, okay, you're in. And we also had Trump there criticizing NATO over the strait as well, around partnerships and stuff like that. Brent creeps a bit higher, but of course we saw it come back a little bit there too. And Trump has delayed the Xi meeting to a bit later. So there we go. That is some of the updates there. Let's go to the Fed monitor, because obviously we've got the Fed meeting coming up, and let's see where that's at the moment. So 17 hours to go, guys, to the Fed meeting. That's the big deal. We're expecting a no change. The market expects 98% no change. In fact, a little bit of the market expects a slight rise, which is kind of crazy in my view. But hey, probably related to the bond market pricing. But Dow Jones, that's pretty much it. Let's go to the April there, expecting a no change. June, expecting only a 20%, 21% expecting a change to 3.5, which is 25 basis points lower. But the majority still expecting no change. And then we get a new chair in July, right? New chair. And we've got 32% expecting a change. I think those are terrible expectations from the market, because we should be going down on interest rates. We should be going down by at least 75 basis points. 50 at the minimum, 50 minimum, but 75 at least on the old rate cut. So there we go. Let's see what happens. Moving to crypto generally. Crypto at the moment, we've got total market cap at 2.6 trillion, down 1.2% after our nice little green days in the weekend too. Bitcoin at the moment just popping below 74k, has had a recent high of 76k, down 1.7%. Ethereum there at 2,320, down 1.9%. XRP, XRP down 1.9% at $1.52. BNB down 1.9% at $668. Solana, number 7, is down 1.7%, just below $95. Tron at number 8, actually up 4% at 30.1 cents. Typically moves quite contrarian to the others. Dogecoin there at number 10 is down 3%, but still sitting at 10 cents. That's Doge. Best performer over the last 24 hours is Tron. Best performer over the last week is still Ethereum, up 14%. Not bad for Ethereum, and game on, right? So that is the overview there. Let's look at the top 100. We've got Artificial Super Intelligence Alliance. That's up 57% for the week. Siren up 50% for the week. BitTensor Tau up 39%. That's been talked about obviously quite a bit. Mincore up 28%, and then Trump's also been something of an interesting move, and that's up 25%. And people have been talking about that again. So those 5 on the move. Of a particular note, BitTensor Tau, official Trump. But of course, artificial intelligence there, super intelligent, also being pretty interesting. Top 1,000 movers is CurveFi. We've got the old Frax there, so stable coin. What's that? Like Frax is it a Liquidity 2.0? I think it is. I can't remember exactly. It's up 427%. Probably around a stable coin there. Strategic oil supply up 100% there. Siren as well. We saw obviously Siren there in the top 100. And that's a top 1,000 mover. Curve move there, Curve.fi is pretty interesting. Don't know if there's some big news around that or not. It's a 427% move apparently, assuming that is accurate. Pudgy Penguins trending overall. Pudgy Penguins, that was yesterday as well. Bitcoin trending, and Verified Emeralds are trending overall on CoinGecko. There we go. So that is the overview of the market. Let's jump over to the Bitcoin. Obviously, we've got some exciting things happening with the old Bitcoin. Very, very cool. Obviously, the bears are starting to get smashed. The short is getting smashed. We're getting, we're starting to move up. So 73,700. We had a recent high yesterday of 76,000. The key mark to hold over is 72. And we've got the 50-day moving average there at 73. So we're looking pretty good. So 72, 73, we're at 70, 73, 70, 750. So really cool to move out there and move to the upside eventually. Nice consolidation zone. So that support 72 came on. All right. Obviously, we've been following strategy and the stretch product, which ultimately going to be funding structural buys on the old Bitcoin from the private sector in the TradeFi. We've also got strategy doing something pretty amazing, and this is extremely amazing. Think about this chart here. Not only do we have, where's the circle? Yeah, I'm after a circle. I think it's a picture, isn't it? Bigger circle. No, oh, T, maybe T. Drawing figure. Okay, there it is. That's what happens when you don't do it for ages. But that there is pretty significant. So obviously we came off the bottom. We got all the way down for Bitcoin, down to on strategies, I should say, down to $104. We're now at $150, and importantly, we're over the 50-day, which is $148.53. Extremely significant. Look back at this chart for strategy, of course, a leverage play on Bitcoin, the number one treasuries, just about the biggest corporate holder behind IBIT, I think it is, ETF, and it's probably going to pass that by in the week ahead, right? So about 10,000 Bitcoin difference. It's probably about to take number one spot. So we had that death cross play out since the 21st of October here on for MSTR. Obviously, we had the liquidation event in crypto on the 10th there around the stablecoin DP and the cascade that happened with the market maker. And here we are, $150. We're getting, I think it's getting ready to really take off. You can see the last time we were above the 50-day was a long time ago, all the way back here when it was just beginning its second leg down, right? So that was the 7th of October. So pretty significant. We're getting back now over the 50-day moving average here on strategy. So MSTR, it's the beginning. You're going to look back at this and look at this and go, wow, that was a great entry kind of place to be. So there we go. That is where we are at the moment. The 200-day moving average is at $225. But remember, this is a leverage play. So, unless you like your custody or you like to do some sort of DeFi yield with it, you're better off in the MSDR, right, as a leverage play. The MNAV, which is what gives you that leverage under gear, is about 1.2, so about 20% more at the moment, but will probably go up higher and higher as it goes up to record prices. So $150 now. We peaked out on the peak out about $543 back in November 24. Just gives you a bit of a taster of where it can go. We also had in July 21, we had price around 437, so pretty tasty thing there. Pretty significant there. As you guys can see, we have a lot of support in this zone. So this is an accumulation zone, indicative of a bottom all the way back here to 24. Pretty powerful, right? So I don't know if we go to the weekly. MSDR here. That's not rendering. No, not rendering. All right, so we'll leave that there and we're going to get out of here. So that's pretty much it on the MSDR anyway. But you can kind of see it's up time. Up from here, baby. Up from here. All right. All right, we've got some more comments here. GGNC has been waiting for people to dump cores for PRVX so I can buy cores, says DGN. Yeah, you're not the only one there, DGN. I've heard a few people say that. So we have seen this before, right? And we're getting the same crazed. I call it the remember the Rome movie? I can't remember what it's called now, but they call the people like watching the gladiators kill themselves, which is pretty bad sort of past. But the mob of Rome, and it's a bit like that with these Richard launches at the moment. It's like the mob of Rome. We had it. If you go back to Hex on the Hex AA lobby on that first day. Richard says, "Don't FOMO in, don't FOMO in," but the mob of Hexicans, the mob of Hexicans couldn't help themselves, and there was like 21,000 ETH went on the first day. It was just such a frenzy, such a fee for 1 billion Hex in the AA lobby on day one. That's the frenzy. It's the frenzy, the mob of Rome. And of course, then you had the AA lobby go, 351 days after that, all that. It got crushed out because we had recycling going on in the thing pretty early on, but that's the mob of Rome. Then we had the sacrifices. I mean, Pulse Chain, PulseX, a couple $1 billion, including all the Hex and everything. The mob of Rome. The mob of Rome. And then, of course, we got PROVEX sacrifice, obviously with all the dampened down history of the gap between the sacrifices and the value, the downsize. We still got, over, was it 20 million or whatever it was, 24 million. And the mob of Rome, and now we got the launch of ProveX, the mob of Rome, or the mob of PRVXicans. So yeah, that's kind of where we are right now. So yeah, whenever people are rotating, and they're rotating out of quality things, we're going to look at that in a minute, later on, we'll look at that. But hey, look, it's they're chasing the big thing right now. All right, so that is this is Ethereum. So Ethereum at the moment is at 23.22. We had a high yesterday of 23.86. 2 days ago 23.86, and yesterday 23.76. We're currently slightly below that at 23.22. So we're looking pretty good. We definitely broke out of this range, and we are up over that 50-day moving average, which is at 222. So we're $100 over that at the moment. So we're looking real good too. And both of these, of course, have these digital asset treasuries, as I said, strategy and Bitmine immersion that are leading the way. So it's going to be truly glorious. The 200-day moving average is at 2,828. Still got a bit to go to get to there, but probably the next level is 2,500. Then 2,800, the 200-day moving average will be the next one there. You can also see that happens to be where we got a lot of support as well. So it'll be an interesting time to get over that. I think it's probably going to happen fairly quickly. Probably a bit of consolidation and then boom again, another move higher. So keep a look out for that. Probably in the next few weeks, because we've got weekly buying going on from these digital asset treasuries, as well as ETFs coming in. And now we've got the BlackRock ETF. Now that ETF is different from the last one because the last one I think still has 7 billion in it. I think it had about 10 billion. And the new ETF, BlackRock, has got staking now. So it's got all that yield. So it's going to get all the yield people coming. It's going to probably be a way bigger. Probably, I don't know. I don't want to set a cap on it, but huge. So there's lots of buying coming in now, guys. Pretty crazy. So 23 and up and to the right there, So looking good here with the old ETH. That's pretty much it for that. We're going to get into Pulse Chain and talk about that. If you've got any more comments, get them in the chat there as well. Don't forget to smash the repost button on X as you come in. That'd be really helpful. Just take a second to do that. Doesn't take much. And of course, we're on day 1041, guys, for Pulse Chain. Pulse at the moment is failed once again because of the PROVEX, no doubt, to stay over the 401. We've been battling this for some time to get back over, and of course PROVEX there extended this time below 401, it seems. We got 5 zeros, 941 down 6.625%. We got PulseX at the moment at 50691 down 9.6%. We got Ink Token at the moment down at 43 cents, down 5.6%, and then we've got Hex on Pulse Chain at 7.5 cents, down 5%. That's pretty dampened down. We did see big Hex player rotate his Hex into ProveX, so we're going to talk about that when we get up the Pulse alerts. EHEX at the moment 00062, combined price of EX and PX sitting at just under 2400th of a penny there is the price. So PulseX a big loser there today. Let's have a look at gas prices. Gas prices have been elevated. We've been at about 900,000 beats. We've had it at, I think it was just 2.2 million earlier when I looked at it. Now 1.6 million. So we have had elevated beats. Probably with the hot transactions around ProveX, causing all sorts of rotation dramas. Everyone trying to, I don't know, they're selling down to get the ProveX. I don't know. We got 1.6 million beats there, half a penny for a PulseX swap right now. Validators, we got 52,584, pretty much what we've had last couple of days. The bridge value, 71.4, pretty similar to what we've had the last, I think, 2 days as well. All right, so that brings us on into ProveX. So we're going to get into that. So 22 hours ago, we had 105 ETH, so $250,000 bridged in. I think they did some pretty wild, crazy trades, I think, if I remember rightly. And CryptoSolve has been doing a lot of analysis around this. I think they did a lot of slippage, got a lot of slippage or something. Pretty crazy, pretty inefficient sort of drama. Let's see here. So we went from, having, big ups. Look, Pulse was up 24 hours ago. Pulse was up to almost 20% at 401. And how short-lived was that? And PulseX was up 23%. And that was very short-lived. That was a sort of relief rally from the ProveX, right? Initial launch. Inc was up 21%. And then the bridge was looking real positive. $308,000 positive, 650K in, 342K out, right? That was pretty interesting. We had some good burning. And then we had some pressure, of ProveX. We had 705 million ProveX, just sold 54K. I'm sure they're very happy about that. That was a little while back. So yeah, that was the play there. And then everything turned. Now, Pulse Alerts 9 hours ago was saying, hey, look, it's time for ProveX, PulseX, and Hex pairs. Well, we do have small pairs, but they're not in terms of LP size. They got started up. We looked at it yesterday, but they're just not big enough. Is probably the case. Rotating some cores to ProveX causes Pulse to crash. Yeah, well, that's what we're seeing. Not just the cores, but some of the top premier projects also probably having that happen, like Peacock, maybe PHC, and Hex. Obviously the cores. So if anyone's made money in certain tokens and they're not feeling too rich on other tokens, and then they're going to rotate, and after the shiny big thing, they're going to rotate some of the quality projects, right? So it's just, I guess, what we see. What do we got? We got then we got the reversal. So 7 hours, so 21 hours ago it was all positive. We're up like 20-something%, and then 7 hours ago it was all the opposite. We all went down. So Inc was down and PulseX was down, 21-25%. And then we had 5 hours ago we had another 100K come in. Remember the $250,000 that came in. ESD bridging quietly with sentiment is still recovering. Keep pushing forward. So I don't know whose money that is, but that is ticking away. And then 3 hours ago we had 478 million ProveX just bought for 28 million Hex. So we got Hex rotation there from Hex into ProveX. So taking a big position there. Will it be a winner? I don't know. We'll see. Sean says up only on that. Dev Young there says, what's happening? We got some funny stuff going on. Sell the bottom to buy something that could tank in days. Yeah, so that's the risk they're taking, right? That's the risk they're taking. So yeah, either Richard Hart is wrecking the cause because he doesn't give a crap, or we all wrecked and he's shaking the weekends for the 100,000th time. Yeah, that's kind of, I think that represents probably the sentiment of most of the people in the chain. So that is some of the stuff from Pulse Alerts. So let's have a look at the PulseX chart and have a look at that. So we had a big pump. This is the hourly candles. You can see market makers coming in here. Look at that. It's pretty obvious there. So we're back at what, 11 hours ago. So 11 hours ago. Remember we had that $250,000 come in 13 hours ago, I think it was, in here. So assuming that's related, I'm not sure. We have to look at CryptoSolve. But the chart itself, 11 hours ago, just got the volume just pumped out of nowhere, right? So the volume was doing, a couple $1,000 bucks, and then suddenly it jumps to 91,000, then 118. This is just on this one pair, on the main pair. It doesn't include all the volume that would have been associated on the other pairs as people were routing through. But then we were sitting here at 7142. We'd been there for quite a few hours, right? Quite a few hours. And away it went. So I don't know if that's going to show up on the market cap at the time, but let me go to the market cap quickly. Yeah, so we're sitting at 91 million market, which is actually pretty strong. I mean, it's still discount from the base price that people sacrifice for, but it's still pretty strong market in my view. Because if I'm, well, let me go back to hourly and price again. So this line up the top here is the base price of sacrifice, the 0001 as far as. And then we've got the best sacrifice team, the Buckamentals one. I understand it was 4032. So assuming those are both correct, which I believe they are, then these people here are well in the money now. The Buckamentals one, they've got the most profit. So it's indicating 240%. So it's a 3.4x. Now people that are at the base price, the ones that didn't have sacrifice by themselves rather than a pool, are only just in the money by my accounts. They're only just gone the money, maybe about, what was it, 10% or something. So depending on where they were, so up 8% or so, maybe up 15%. So yeah, look, I think that we're going to get some pretty massive sellers at some point, because they're just going to, they're finally in the 2 to 3x range. So keep a look out for that. That's all I can think of there. Now, I thought market cap, so we'll come back to that. So, we had a big rally. It's rallied from the market makers when all that volume come in. We had a little dip in the middle there, but it's gone up here. Now, obviously, the case is that, ProveX is in beta at the moment. The case is that it's up about 52% now at the moment. So pretty nice little move there. It's also sucking the oxygen out of the room on Pulse Chain. So that's kind of the case there. So that's kind of the chart action. If we go to the market cap, which I think is pretty interesting, the market's kind of ignoring market cap, obviously, but it's actually relevant compared to Pulse and PulseX in my view. So it's a relative thing. And it's also around the technology as well. I just don't think that it's really worth it from a market cap technology point of view, since Pulse Chain is running, PulseX is running, it's in a beta, but so we got 60 to 75. That's kind of where I felt it should go, at least until we get some action, some adoption and things like that. But that doesn't take into account crypto, right? So crypto is all about speculation. Markets are always about speculating about the future. But what are they pricing in? Well, I just think they're pricing in speculation, right? That's kind of what it's not really pricing in the technology, it's the speculation. So this is what we're getting on. We were expecting this, remember? We said, we'll probably get either in a couple of days or within a week, we'll get some market makers coming in and pushing the chart. Well, here they are. They came in. I think it was day 3, was it? I think it was day 3. Just the beginning of day 3. Funny, 24, 48. No, during day 3. So there we go. So we've got it now, and of course it's sucking the air out of the room on Pulse Chain, getting some usual DGN behaviors. All the DGN people that might have had some profits and some quality projects are coming in to try and chase this. And the sacrifices are loving them. They love them because they're putting them in the money now, right? So that's kind of the play. Let me know your thoughts in the chat as well. Appreciate that. So market cap at the moment of ProveX is 138 million. And if we go to GoPulse and we quickly look at the market caps there, we can see that Hex is 186 million. Inc is 24 million. ProveX is 134. So PulseX is 134, and here we are 138. So it's actually surpassed the PulseX numbers based on GoPulse. So it's actually got a bigger market, which just seems insane. It's insane. Anyway, so the market is going to do the speculative thing, and we were expecting it, and here it is. So there we go. Now we did have a decision to make. Decision was back here, remember, and that was either it was going to go up or go down. We knew that the speculative bias was to the upside, but fundamentals is probably to the downside, right? But of course we're in crypto, and we get the market maker, and they came. Like, look at that, boom, boom, boom. Now look at the last volume, the last hour. The FOMO is real. Look at this FOMO in here. It's it's some crazy FOMO. Let's see how high that FOMO goes. But I think it's definitely in the profit-taking zone right now for the ones with the good margin. Now, there will be, of course, people wanting a 5x or a 10x, so, they'll hold on. but they may have to go through some volatility to get that if at this stage. And so the people that are after 2-3x could be coming in any time now, right? Could be coming any time. So that's kind of the play there. I mean, we can have a look at the 15-minute chart. Let's get a bit more granularity there. Certainly saw someone sell here, right? So someone was tempted, got up to that was a great profit probably. Presumably there some of the maybe pulled sacrifices with a couple X's in there. So yeah, good times. So there's some speculation there on that. So it's a chart on ProveX. We're going to come back to that, and we're going to keep track of the ProveX chart. We might keep the, I don't know, do we do the minute chart? I always like the minute chart, even though we're a bit beyond the minute chart now. But we had all that sell-off there. Look at that volume, boom, boom, boom. They're happy campers in there. Happy campers. I bet all that was all profitable all the way down. And here we are, settled down at this rate at the moment. So I've gone market caps. I'll have to go back down. And we'll go back to the, what we're on, a minute chart. And we'll go back to order. Sorry about that. So probably all profitable all the way down. And a Christmas tree that keeps on giving. And now we're back up again, rinse and repeat. So we'll keep a lookout for that. The FOMO is on right now. Let's see what Richard Hart has been having to say. I haven't actually checked any of these. So, I'm going to read it live. Just because it's the way it is. What else? Let's go back here a little bit here. I think we've got some comments. So this is 11 hours ago. Funnily enough, 11 hours ago when the market moved, right? When the market maker came in, he posts about it. Interesting. When everyone plans to buy the dip and there's no dip. There we go. Everyone plans, so he's mocking those people to sell. Now, it's most charts do dip, so it's not like that. But if you're a market maker, then no dip. All right, so that's the chart there, and he's got it just pumping just at the time. Funnily enough, how hilarious is that? So that's very interesting, isn't it? Let's go back to our hourly chart again, and this is when he posted it, right? So pretty much 27, 23. Let me go back out there, 23. 1140, that would have been about 23. So yeah, just when he posted it, funny market maker comes in and says there's no dip. There we go. So it looks like he had his hands on that one, right? So that is a play. Let's see what people thought about that. By the way, I love the idea of buying dips, because when people sell wicks up, they often just disappear and talk smack anyway. So the monotonous pressure of dip buying seems much more wholesome. That holders get deals, not the sellers. And so obviously they people like Buck Mentors, I think B Roots and people like that, they're all talking about, he's got to have a win. He's got to have a glory train. Looks like ProveX is the one that he has most control of given the sacrifice set, etc. So we'll keep watching this. Well, let's do what Hex did, with all the parabolics. We'll see. It's early days. So we got all those sacrifices getting rich now, so they've got to sell out, right? There's going to be lots of selling waves in there. PulseBeat says no dip incoming. The weak hands already tapped out. They sold the fear, they sold the bottom, they sold themselves short. So everyone is chasing this. Richard, of course, is driving the FOMO there. So we're seeing the FOMO in the charts. Boom, boom, boom. And it's time for ProveX and Pulse here. Says Pulse Alerts. What is this one here about? So, there's generally most of the comments in there. Nothing of particular interesting there, but that is from Richard. So, market maker in play. Bitcoin, if your idiot influencers would listen to me, they'd get hacked less. Talking about some hacks out there. And then we got 3 hours ago, we got another ProveX chart. So that was back around here. And what did we get here? We got the ProveX there, chart being posted. Obviously after the big pump, so good times, 9,600 there, but we're already up to 1,100 here, and we've already been up to 1160, 30 is 1160, so even higher obviously than that. And what else? Then he posted 46 minutes ago, so in the last hour here he posted, and he's got the chart there up at 1150, so he's having fun with the charts right now. And he's well awake, let's say. Let's have a look at this one. This is the last one he had. ProveX Bull. This is some of the peacock charts. It's Liberty Swap. Now, all the other ones are getting, bastardized a little bit from it. So this is the case. So we got, Richard there, a market maker, and we got the PRVX price on the rise there. So Richard posting about that. Now let's look at the rest of the tokens on Pulse we got obviously ZKP here. This is a project from I believe Kairos from Emmett Farms. We you stake ZKP, you get a certain amount of volume going through. It's got a lot of volume going through at the moment, 15k, and you get ProveX as a yield, I believe. So let's have a look at that. ZKP is a printer, stake it, and 5% buy sell tax, and you get the ProveX token as a yield. So that's ticking away there, number one. So you'll be pretty happy about that, up 150%, not bad. Then we actually have the ProveX pairs, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We've got a couple of Pulse pairs now too. Obviously they're building up their liquidity, and that is up 53% right now. So that is the leader of the pack right now, sucking all the energy out of the room is the old ProveX, and of course a lot of capital with it. So then number 8 is ARC, up 3%. SolidX in there, 1.6%, and Stacks up 1% there. This is the top 100 trending. But we have only 11 coins that are in the green US dollar wise, and the rest of them are in the red. So the rest of them getting probably sold down a little bit by the Jeets. The Jeets are out there selling down. All the other tokens, all the other projects, doesn't matter whether they're good or not. I guess there's a little bit of selling going here and there, and so forth. So Hex has definitely been impacted by it. Got some rotators going there. That's down about 8%. Peacock got hit as well, down around, where is it? Peacock down here somewhere. Peacock down around 11.7%. Now, the target for Peacock, regardless of PRVX, was probably 1440, and we're just below that at just below 1400 now, so it's 1.4 cents. And there's definitely been some jitters out of there. So we'll look at that in a minute. What else is going? Even further down is some more. We've got P Tiger down 20%. So we've got the Jeets going out of P Tiger there. State Teeth is down 70%. Jeeting out there. Dev C getting jeeted. Finvesta getting jeeted. It's a Jeet Fest. Jeet Fest there. Hopefully I'm using that term correctly. But anyway, we got the P Tiger down quite a bit there, down 20%. Seems to be the biggest loser at the moment. The pulse ratio, though, yeah, that's down to 70 now. So, what was the best there? 70 used to be 358 in the weekly charts, down at 70 at the moment. But the last couple of hours, let's have a look. Yeah, getting a little hit there. Did get some buying in there, though. So, someone trying to pick up the deal, but too early. Too early. The FOMO is too much at the moment. Could be opportunities. Look, even ProveX to continue to push higher here. Triple error 1135, market cap 144, already bigger than PulseX, the market cap. Seems pretty insane, right? Seems pretty insane. Not far away from some of the others. So that is that on that. So that is some of the big ones being jeeted. We're going to have a quick look at some of the headline ones here. What I'd call the premium projects. PTC the Greys there. I want to get the right pair for that, but let me come back to that. We'll do Peacock first. Peacock there. That is, so if you look at our chart, let me just full screen, we had a nice little sort of, I guess, a wedge pendant thing there, and if it had hit 1500, it would have been a nice little bounce, but it's broken that now because of ProveX. ProveX is what you call a special event, and it's hurt that chart down to the downside there. So it's got all the way down to 1340. This is despite buybacks from Peacock, and of course all the project rollouts and updates. So even high quality projects, I call Liberty Swap the Kraken on Pulse Chain, because it really is for me the number one project. And they've got the next big thing is going to be a huge wallet, ZKX wallet. So that's massive. So this is short term. This is just a short term event, but certainly the PRVX has weighed it down there. I think we did get some sellers, so let's really look at the sellers there. The RSI is still only at 38, so still not quite down the bottom there. But let's have a look at some of the bigger sellers. Let's do $500. So, we did have some bigger sellers. It was the biggest pool, yeah, 300. So we had some nice buys coming in 16 minutes ago. And then we had a big seller there, and it's relative to the size of the pool, 300k liquidity. And then So yeah, we had some big sellers here. Boom, boom. This one here was the big one, right? This was 52 minutes ago. Came in and sold 1 million, I think. Yeah, 990K. Remember, there's a billion tokens, so 990 is quite a large holder. It's so they just came out and sold. In fact, they were pretty profitable. They're OG holder too, been around for 4 months and then sold. So I don't know whether they actually rotated into ProveX with that. So that'd be an interesting question to go and have a look at that F6E. See whether they've done that. I'm not going to do that here, but that'd be, any of these ones that have sold a decent amount here, whether they went into ProveX, right? They're chasing the candles. This one here, likewise, they're chasing the candles as well. Or is it this trader? Or is it just a trader one, we got check my pulse in the house. Good evening, Superman. Hey, good evening to you. Welcome. What's shaking hexagons? Well, the whole all the hex is shaking right now. They didn't believe him, had to make him prove it again, Mr. ProveX. Yeah, that's right. So, that is the narrative there. So we're at 14 right now on the old Peacock. So even the quality project's getting hit by the FOMO. And what else we got? We're going to look at PTC, another top tier project. Obviously, PulseX getting hit. Obviously, we talked about that too. Hex getting hit. PTC the Greys has been performing like a boss lately. That is down 9%. Let's have a look at that too. And that's doing a little bit better, isn't it? A little bit better. Still down 9%, but let's look at the hourly chart. Definitely got some selling pressure here. Now remember, the last 11 hours is probably the most aggressive time, right? So where's that? About there. So we did get some selling pressure here. Look at that, some big volume came in. It hasn't been too bad though over that period of time. We're at 1392, so it's still holding up relatively well on the hourly there. The daily, not too bad too, just at the bottom of the range. So it's actually doing probably a bit better than Peacock at the moment. But I think Peacock was relatively more profitable if you look at the chart overall. So that's probably the case there. I mean, locally it hasn't been, but over the whole time it has, compared to Peacock, which was doing a bit better. We can show that on the chart just a moment. Let me pull it back up again. So the old Peacock there. I'm going to do the pulse ratio this time, and that's probably more important than the US dollar one that I was looking at, because pulse is down, right? But if you look at that Peacock chart, look at that. So Peacock chart, a lot of money being made there. Obviously, a lot of money I think going to be made in the future. The roadmap is, it's doing a better roadmap than Peacock, Liberty Swap, or ProveX maybe, what we would say. But ProveX has got a lot to prove, right? Yeah, you can buy it up with money, but the technology and all that's still yet to play out, right? Still all that adoption and everything else. So we're at 1496 right now, so in terms of ratio, so just sitting at about 1500. We got down to 1400. This is the mark that I had as well. So we'll see whether where it goes from here. But the RSI is still not fully oversold at 39, but that is the ratio. So it did get rejected at 2000. So that's the other side of it, but we'll keep looking out for that. We got looking out for our season's greetings. Says check my pulse. Very nice. I'm sure Sean would love that. Sean will love that. I don't think Sean's in the chat today. So that is some of the ones there. What else has been hit a little hard? Let's have a look. That's kind of a top tier. Obviously, we've got Teddy Bear down a little bit there. Probably Teddy Bear getting a bit of selling down. Hex, obviously, PulseX. So, some of our better projects. Let's see what else. Of course, most of the peers are with stable coins from ProveX. Vouch, not too bad. 9mm, not too bad. I mean, they're hardly down, but they've already been smashed quite a bit. 9mm, not so much, but Vouch definitely got smashed recently. The meme coins are not down too much. Doubt most, so that's pretty diamond holders. You would expect those to get really smashed. Let's go have a look at some of those, shall we? They're in stablecoin and ink, though, aren't they? Most of that. We've got Pulse Pair. Pulse Pair. Let's have a look at the Doubt Pulse Pair there. Let's look at the hourly on this one too. A little bit of selling, but not too bad. Yeah, so not too bad on that. Let's look at the pulse ratio though. Should make sure I keep looking at the pulse ratio. Pulse ratio is actually up, so Doubt token is actually looking pretty strong. So there are some surprises. So utility tokens down, meme coins surprisingly holding up. Maybe they see it as a bullish thing and more controlled maybe environment. So some interesting stuff happening there. But in any case, ProveX now almost up 60% to 60% there, and looking pretty strong in the charts. When will it run out? When will it run out there? Where will it land? That's the question, right? And then when, the big players, are they going to start taking profits there? And thanks for the money. Thanks to market makers for the money. Let's see where that goes. All right, so that is some of the stuff happening now. Now, I was going to quickly go and check how we're doing for time. We're doing all right, 45 minutes. So let's go check. Now, ProveX is trending on X. I think we got that on here. So let me minimize that. I'm pretty sure it was trending. Well, it was trending here before. But let's go look at a few people here. Let's go look at Crypto Solve, I think. He's been doing some good commentary on the technical side of things. He says 3 hours ago, it looks like almost everyone who's sacked for ProveX is now in profit. Yeah, that's the big thing, right? And guys with big bonuses are up handsomely. Yeah, we talked about that being up 2.5x or something, didn't we? So arguably they're up at the moment around 3.5x. So very handsome. So there we go. Crypto says course getting slammed today as the chart finally starts hockey sticking up. Up only, says Sean. Says our season. We've got the our season people in there. CD says, meanwhile, all other cores taken to the workhouse as the newest bell of the ball absorbs the limelight. Enjoy it while it lasts until another newer coin is announced. Now, I don't know about, well, we might get a new one. You never know if a new wallet has one or a stable coin. But maybe all these Richard coins will be used for a wallet or stable coin. So that'd be the better play, I think. Make people happy. Buck Rackham and friends will remind rotators why the coins they just dumped for ProveX were so down in the first place. Yeah, so you got a lot of that going on potentially. So that is from CryptoSoft. Let's see what else he's got to say. Something odd happened with the HexDC. Yeah, that was a bit of a drama out there. So go check that out. The HexDC guy. So let's have a look. We've probably got Crypto Coffee. He's always good for some commentaries. Crypto Coffee. Let's see if he's got anything to say about ProveX right now. 3 hours ago, ProveX all-time high, lol. Bridge to Pulse Chain if you want it. There we go. So he's promoting that. Liberty Swap Finance for the thing, yeah. Double earn fees. Best Explorer right now. What else? I don't know if we got anything else there. 11 hours ago, ProveX sacrifices that join a bigger pool for bigger bonuses are up about 80%. Solo people with very small bonus multipliers are down 50%. Well, not now, are they? New buyers should take a look at the ProveX chart on Dex Screener with about 2 million in liquidity with stablecoins and ETH. So there we go. Thank you, Bunkermentals and BB Trippin, says Tam. Well, Bunkermentals got his free token, so he'll be very happy. He'll be very happy with that. What else there? I don't think that's true. I'd sacked a little, and I'm still up a lot more than 15%. Talking about the people with absolutely worse multipliers, yeah, like page 150 or so. Anybody who did a few grand is probably up, yeah. I sacked 1,100 last week. For the last week of the phase, my bag is worth $194. What the hell? The rate's got significantly worse. Yeah, why would you do that? That's stupid. All right, anyway, stupid as stupid does, as they say. So that is from Crypto Coffee. So he had some nice little comments to make there. All right, first day Jets getting absorbed by the thick LP on the ProveX, mostly paired with the stable coins. So I guess he had another one there. So Hex is now deflationary? I don't know. We've got the big Hex stakes coming out. Ben Sierra here, Hex user circulating supply flip recently, yeah. More Hex getting staked than end stake, of course, because we've got the OA moving at the moment. 3 billion stake, yeah. We've got, was it 30? Yeah, 3 billion. 3 billion, yeah. So that is him. Who else would be interesting on the old thing? Now, we know that Somi hasn't really been commentating much on it, actually. So we'll have a look at Somi, and then we might see if I can find him. No? What about Moon King? I don't know what his exact Moon King is. Moon King. I'm not sure if we're going to find his rate. Is it B-Roots? B-Roots or something? B-Roots. Let's have a look. Oh, damn it. What the hell is wrong with my spelling? B-Roots. I still didn't find him, though. Yeah, Moon King, B-Roots. We didn't find him anyway. But he's been commenting a lot. What about Bunkermentals? We're going to find Bunkermentals. Bunkermentals. don't know. I might be lucky. Oh, there he is. We got him. So he's the head of the big public retail, the best multiplier, I think, outside. I don't know. Did they get pipped by one of the big players? I can't remember now. Yeah, no real comments out there on that one. It just seems. No, nothing there. All right. Who else? RH Max, he might have something to say. I did say we're going to look at a few. RH Max. No, it's not popping up either. Don't know what's happening with these searches, but they're not coming up with many people. Who else would be good at the moment on this? Who else? We got Crypto Coffee, we've gone through here. Somi, couldn't find him. RH Max. Who else? Oh yeah, we got PLS Start, don't we? So we'll go to PLS Start. Well, PLS Start. Was it? I can't remember what the link is. I thought I had the link here. Start me. Here we are. Frank White. Frank White. Twitter is number one. Nice one there, Frank. But Frank's got a new category. What's the new category? We got it up here. New. It says new. PRVX market cap, zero knowledge printer, PLS terminal, PRVX, Nexion vaults, Nexion 3 VTrams. These are all PRVX related, I guess. You should just call the title PRVX then, and then new in brackets maybe. But that is ticking away. So there we are. There's a new one there. Very cool. There's a few new projects on it. Quite a few new projects on here, so that's cool. This is a Pulse Chain ecosystem map, by the way, everybody. So you can find the link there. There we go. Bam. It's got really big. It's got really big. All right, boom. There we go. You saw it here first. Maybe you didn't. I don't know, but you might have. All right, so that is Pulse Chain getting bigger by the day. What else? So that is pretty much it. So we're up 60% right now. Chart is still unrelenting to the upside. That is the PRVX chart. And it's above the base price. It's on the rise, 11.5% above base price. Some people are well in the money, 3.5x or something. If that price there, I'm pretty sure 004032 is correct for the Bucket Mentals sacrifice. Of course, if you got free tokens like him, then you're up infinite, some sort of infinite, some kind of infinite. I guess there's you could use the most zeros and say that you had one at the end. And you're up like millions percent probably, whatever. So 000145, and Richard is pretty active, pretty public about the charts here. And that comment is pretty interesting that he makes such a bold comment now. This is what happens when you beat the SEC, right? When you beat the SEC, and you're somewhere. Where'd that comment go? I don't know where the comment went. Oh, it's on the other post, wasn't it? On the other post. So that is pretty much it. Now let's jump away. We're going to have a look at LibertySwap. LibertySwap is rolling out some pretty heavyweight projects, and as you guys know, I'm much more keen. You know, you're welcome there, Frank. Once again, there's PLS Start with the Pulse Chain ecosystem. Save it to your favorites. These guys are building out such a huge ecosystem. I mean, they're doing privacy. And they've already got adoption, right? So they've already got big adoption. They've already proven, and they're just growing all the time. So pretty huge. I did a post on it. So we might come back. Well, let's come back to ProveX and LibertySwap in a minute. But let's do like my post that I did, and because there's a nice little post on it. So last week they dropped 5 massive moves as LibertySwap, and that the whole ecosystem is buzzing. LibertyX, which is their aggregator swap, intent-based aggregator swap, leveled up huge, gasless 1-to-1, wrap, pulse, unwrapped. They've provide that service too. They're using permit 2 security, MEV shields, so MEV watch shields, so protecting you from getting done over, batched RPCs and wallet connect fixes, so they've been running pretty smooth. No gas, no slippage as well, no gas prices there, no slippage, so purify them. They sent ProveX trending hard too after the launch. Obviously, they've adopted, put the token on their site. We watched Peacock rebound. Obviously, it's gone down again because more FOMO with the market maker over the last 11 hours. That was before that was written. Open auction-based orders for all market makers. Pretty cool. that's going to evolve. Watch that one. That's going to continue to evolve as more market makers come in. So best prices plus 0 protocol fees for everyone. Relentlessly ship mode. This week is full of releases. The team is non-stop product stops. We're going to talk about that next because that's what they're working on. Strategic buybacks that have been doing a lot of those is, trying to, obviously with you got a rotation FOMO going on. You're trying to buy back and hold the price up because you got the Jeets cheating. Protocol strength turning Peacock into a diamond hand. Now, in the next 6 weeks, we're expecting limit orders. That is an update we're going to talk about now. Time weighted average launching as well on LibertyX. So look forward to that. And then we've got stable swaps and elite routing for God tier liquidity across the board. And then the big one that people will be looking forward to is the ZKX wallet. And this is going to be huge, I think. This will be the first time, and I'm aware that this will be done, where you've got a hybrid normal wallet, privacy wallet as far as I know, and it's integrated into their system. So that means that the retail book's going to be able to really use a lot of the privacy features a lot easier without downloading the ZKX wallet, etc. So it should be kind of cool. Making privacy normal and easy, and that's the key takeaway. That's a big deal. Plus the explosive ZKX airdrop as well. So if you're holding Peacock, probably getting a big amount that's going to get hold of that. So that's what I say. I think we're going to get quite a solid rebound. Peacock there just on the basis of that. So Peacock plus Liberty Swap equals plus ZKX equals the Pulse Chain Privacy and Freedom Player of 2026. So it's already well ahead, of the old PROVEX one. So, but they're going to adopt ProveX too. So they're going to be probably the first adopter, is my guess. So keep a look out for that. So some cool stuff there. So that was what I posted. And then Liberty Swap itself has been pretty busy. So we're going to go down here and see what they've been up to over the last 7 hours or so. Let me scroll back down here. 19 hours. So yeah, we go. So 18 hours ago, obviously buying more Peacock, supporting the price. Which how many teams do you know that do that? How many teams do you know that constantly buying with? They buy with the fees they earn. They buy with money over the top. So there's nothing out. No, what other team out there? No other team out there. On Pulse Chain, any chain. How many chains? Probably maybe a couple other projects doing it, but not many. Obviously, some people have system buying backs, as part of their tokenomics. But actually, in addition to that, more Peacock buybacks. Can you stop selling? Obviously, the cheaters are all coming under ProveX, right? And the market maker came in, aka Richard Hart and all that. So we got that on. And then 8 hours ago, they said Liberty Shield. So this is where I talk about the big updates, right? So Liberty Shield here, big upgrade coming this week. Liberty Shield will fully support Railgun split transactions, making private transfers smarter and more flexible. They got how it works there, of course. A single private transaction can split your funds across multiple recipients or combine several private notes into one. Railgun uses specialized circuits to handle different input-output combinations. 5 inputs to, could be 1 output and 7 inputs to 2 outputs. Complex flows like swaps or multi-step DeFi actions can happen in one atomic transaction, staying fully private, which is awesome, right? No matter how you move your funds, your privacy stays intact and everything succeeds together or reverts if something fails. So there we go. So awesome stuff there. Rhinify says atomic private transactions with split routing is a serious privacy upgrade. All right, that's coming from Rhinify. Woo, so pretty cool. Let's scroll up here. So they got that coming. That is coming up this week with Big for Shield. Woke up today and looked at the prices of all core Richard Hart tokens. Starts running around shooting his gun around. I don't know if that's on a movie or something. I don't know, probably. Shoot, look at this guy. He's in his boxes as well. I don't know whether it's a comedy or what, but that's pretty crazy. So yeah, do we get any comments on that? Let's have a look. The pause before the check prices here. Pew pew. Always funny with a cat doing it. We got Sean is everywhere, man. This guy has become a beast mode. He's probably on an airplane too, flying around doing it too. I know. I'm trying to buy some. I bought 12,000 worth of Peacock today, and we'll keep adding more. So $12,000 there, and so yeah, it's pretty crazy there, fighting those Jeets cheating and as well. So that is from LibertyX. Let's keep going up here. 7 hours ago, fuck the beers, let them sell. I keep buying, I keep believing. We keep building for Pulse Chain. Do you remember that when Peacock buys, the whale is getting bigger. The whale is getting bigger, the whale holder. The chain deserves a better class of holders, yeah. And I've said this for a long time, right? Now, I understand what's going on with the ProveX thing, so I'm not, I don't really, that's just crypto for you. And that was, expected me to talk about it if a market maker comes in, so you can go back and watch the previous videos for that. But it is what I've been talking about. I said this last year, remember I was going on about this, says that we need a decent number of projects that people can invest in, and but we also need a better, more mature investor class in Pulse Chain. Now, you can't make that happen, right? But you can drive it through incentives and through education and stuff like that. But you're always going to have, in crypto, you're always going to have a lot of speculators. That's fine. That's fine. And we're in DeFi, so that's fine. You can do what you want. But actually, we want to have a better class of investment just as a maturity of the chain, because ultimately that's going to help the chain succeed. Otherwise, it's just a Wild West, a casino, and people are going to say that about it. They go, oh, that chain's this and that chain's that. Oh, Hex, Pulse Chain's just another GDIP chain. But actually, you want to say, actually, no, it's got really good protocols like Ethereum does, right? And that's kind of the play. So I agree with these guys. A chain deserves a better class of holders. Now, I think Peacock's had pretty good holders over the time. If we looked at the chart, remember earlier, but we're certainly on this big event here, getting the jitters jetting, and we saw it last time when the sacrifice raise was on. So it was to be expected. Liberty X and Liberty Shield upgrades are coming this week in Pulse Chain we trust. So it is still leading the way, and I love this. This is a real strength coming from Liberty Swap. Really strong, so kind of cool. Liberty Swap says, hi Pulse Chain community, if anyone knows the owner of this wallet, so obviously some issue there. I am standing, Peacock is forever coin. What is that, what they got there? No one can stop my buy orders coming in, zero hero, yeah, pretty neat. What if ProveX might be how Mr. Hart proves it, I might not fade this coin. Yeah, well, we all knew that, so that has got to be the main argument for it, is that it's the easy win for Richard and Glory. But, people will always look at the Pulse Chain calls. So he's got to have a plan for the Pulse Chain calls. Obviously, he's got all the ETH money and everything else, and that could be something later on, right? So short term ProveX, and then build that into driving value into the Richard cause. That's kind of what we're expecting to happen there. So there we go. We got other stuff here. Was it $10 here? Acquired some Peacock there. High hodl Peacock, he says. Should have sacrificed Peacock for ProveX, says Liberty Swap. Now, remember, this is the one area that I disagreed with Liberty Swap because they were going to do a sacrifice. Now, I didn't mind them doing a partial sacrifice. I thought that was fine. But they were going to do some, massive thing, which I thought was a bit insane. And it's risk-taking, right? It's the opposite of what they're supposed to be doing. And so, yeah, they're just reminiscing on that part. Of course, they dropped that. So yeah, cool. So that's it. So sad, he says. So sad. What else there? What this guy says? Even considering the sack isn't Peacock 2x up, but it could have been 5x of 2x only. So yeah, I'm glad they're building an actual utility business. They're not speculating. We've got plenty of speculators out there, and I know what they were trying to do. And a small position would have been fine. But it's not what we want to see. I want to see them just continue to build there. All right, so that is Liberty Swap. So we've got some upgrades there, as I said, for Shield and that. And don't forget the wallets pushing forward as well. The wallet will be a massive deal. If you think ProveX is a big deal, I think the wallet is a big deal. We'll keep looking out for that when it comes out as well. And you've got to have Liberty, you've got to have Peacock. It will be a big part of that allocation. We don't know exactly what the allocation is going to be, but it's going to be a big part. So that is kind of cool for Liberty Swap. Now I just want to go look at Prairie Banana. Prairie Banana here. Now he's been leading the way on PDC, which is another top tier project on Pulse Chain, the first DAO token, and he's been doing some really good stuff. So you should definitely go check him out. And he's been doing some really nice stuff here on PDC. So this is a metric 4 hours ago. Not only has PDC been moving up against US dollar, it's been moving up against Pulse Chain. Pulse Chain has been putting nothing but downward pressure on PDC the entire time. I bet everyone can guess what would happen when Pulse Chain goes on a good old-fashioned crypto bull run. I surely hope you have a bag. Yeah, so short-term pain for mega long-term gain. And, of course, talking about their taxes there that they've got. So 2% of PDC's 5% fee goes straight into the DAO. It's fully decentralized. So, yeah, that gives a lot of strength to the project role. People are earning passive income on there through the through that tax as well, and through staking and locking and stuff like that. They do a lot of burning of tokens, so that's moving forward. So a lot of good stuff there around PTC happening as well on the old Pulse chain. Now, we're still looking around 60%, so it does look like PROVEX has kind of, for the time being at least, just sitting here at 1140. We'll see whether it's going to keep going vertical and see when some of these big sacrifices here start taking 2, 3, 4x profits and start eating into some of that LP. Smash and subscribe, says CryptoJax. Absolutely smash and subscribe. I'm loving PROVEX and Cabal King's new token called Zero Knowledge Printer. Yeah, with Cabal. Yeah, I think isn't it Cabal and Kairos collab there. That's the one that's doing the top at the top here right now. 193% up. So it's yeah, ProveX is they're taking a bit of their shine, but yeah, stake and earn ProveX in the chart looking like a hockey stick. Yeah, let's have a look at that one more time, then. The old thing. Yeah, it's definitely looking like a hockey stick, and that's up pretty massive from the bottom. Up 288%. So yeah, pretty crazy. 3.9x, almost a 4x on that. That's the chart there on the hourly. And I guess 11 hours ago, when was that? 23, something like that. Yeah, just about 23. Yeah, up since the market maker came in, it's up 3.75x. Pretty awesome. So yeah, you must be loving that CryptoJax. Well done to you. All right, and with 16k volume, you'll be getting decent little PROVEX airdrops too from the 5%. So that is the ticker there. All right. So that's some of the hot stuff happening there with ProveX. We're at 1141. We've got the market cap at 145 mil. We've got the price up 60%, so everything's looking pretty good. We got Richard posting at key times when he started taking off, as I guess indicating market maker, and talking about if you thought there was going to be dips, it's up only. So there we go. And of course, it's sucking the air out of the room on Pulse Chain for the time being. We'll see whether things can settle down and the cores get returned back to normal. And of course, the top tier protocols and the rest of the ones that were down a lot today, Crypto Tiger God will start to recover. But that's where we are right now, 0001143. Now, will this attract capital from over the bridge, right? That's the key thing. So if ProveX is the light, the beacon, and it's got a chart that's going up all the time, that more capital flows over the bridge. Is that going to happen? We want fresh capital, right? So we need new capital, and is that going to push it up? Obviously, Richard's got all the capital from the sacrifice, and so we want to see capital come over and push this. If it's going to come, that's a net good to everybody, right? It's a public good. More capital running around Pulse Chain. So we'll see whether that whole big narrative happens with this move, right? So green candles. Party time, says CryptoJax, absolutely. All right, we're up to 1 hour and 10 minutes, so I'm going to finish up here. Hope you guys have enjoyed the show. I've got a great bunch of people watching right now. If you guys have not subscribed, we're on 3 YouTube channels, so definitely subscribe. We're on the Pulse Chain X channel. We're on the Superman Crypto channel. We're on the Kryptonite Show. So 3 YouTube channels. Make sure you smash the subscribe, hit the bell for future videos. If you're on X, of course, don't forget to scroll to the top and hit the follow button. It's easy to do. It doesn't cost you anything. And you get your daily dose. Sometimes I'm doing two videos a day. So definitely do that. And if you want to join our strategy club and get all the intel that I'm flying through every day, definitely do that. You've got the QR code there just below me. You can click on that. That will take you to the Whoop store for the strategy club, and you can sign up. It's just over $1 a day to join up, but you get all the intel about everything that's bullish about this crypto market cycle and the best opportunities. So definitely join up today for that. We're covering Bitcoin, Ethereum, Pulse Chain, of course. We'll be covering X1 and Solana, so EVM chains and SVM chains, all the big stuff there, tokenization, payment rails, agentic AI, you name it, we'll be covering it. And so hit the links there and get all the intel. That's all I can say. All right, see you in Strategy Club today. All right, thanks, CryptoJax says. You're most welcome. All right, take care, everybody. And one ring to rule them all, one crypto to rule them all. ProveX on the move right now, so we'll be watching this and see how high it goes before it takes a breather. All right, take care. Bye for now. No, really, I've got to go. See you.